Hello, YouTube family. It's time for the Curls and the Scoop. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture. Let's get the hugging. We got a whole list of stuff to go over. But we're going to start off with a new group of people trying to buy BET. Okay, BET is up for sale. Tyler Perry says, I'm going to buy it. Byron Allen, the media mogul who owns the Weather Channel, says, I want to buy it. Here go Diddy. I want to buy it. Now, you got 50 Cent, Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenya Barris. He's the force behind Blackish. They're joining forces with partners saying they want to buy BET. Isn't this interesting? When it was first sold 22 years ago, $33 billion. Can you imagine how much they're going to sell BET for? And here's a question for you. Who do you think going to get it? Who do you think could run it? To me, it's either between Tyler Perry or Byron Allen. Byron Allen knows how to make these acquisitions and can probably raise the capital and the money to make this happen, because that's a lot of money. And what they're going to have to do is pour in and invest in the network. Tyler Perry already got his foot in the door with his shows. But who's going to win out? Who's going to wind up owning BET? Changes are coming behind the scenes at the Sherri Shephard show. Suzanne, who was a holdover from Wendy Williams, she was often on camera with Wendy. Suzanne is being let go. Another guy, David, who basically stayed on as executive producer to help them guide them through that first season of the Sherri Shephard show, he is being let go as well. They're saying they want some fresh, new blood in for season number 2. I think one of the main criticisms, they say they're sad, and it just reminded people too much of Wendy. So maybe it'll go in just a little different direction. But I enjoy watching Sherri and John Murray, and she's got a great personality. Another big change coming to season 2, Sherri's breasts are going to be smaller, because over the summer, Sherri is getting a breast reduction. Now that's a surgery. And next time we get Toya in here, because she had one, we'll get her. It's a long recovery. When I say long, I'm talking about 6 weeks. It takes a minute. She's getting her breasts reduced. I'm hoping to see, because Sherri is on this comedy tour with Kim Whitley, and they're going to be in my neck of the woods. I'm hoping to catch up with the ladies and she can give us a little insight, but she is super excited. She's been renewed for 2 more seasons. But Sherri Shephard, those changes as they look for fresh blood. Y'all know I go through the comments. Some people said, why are you being so hard on Meg Ryan? Women aren't allowed to age. Yes, a lot of people don't want women to age. But there's a whole lot of people like myself that don't want women to mess up their face. She looks terrible, and this was a beautiful woman. She is 61 years old, and what she has done to her face, how come there's no one there to say, you need to stop? Stop with them fillers and the facelifts. And I say this because she's 61. I'm going to be 60 in November. I ain't going to be running around here doing stuff to my face. Bad enough, I got the lashes. Take care of yourself and drink water and moisturize and keep your face out of the sun. When I go to the beach, I look like Cousin Ed. Anybody who remembers the Addams Family remembers Cousin Ed. Cousin Ed had all the hair, never let anything get in his face. You can take care of your skin. You don't need to destroy your look. And shame on these plastic surgeons who go along to get the money, knowing that they're ruining women's faces and men. They just want to, oh, you need some Botox. Oh, you need fillers. Oh, you need to do something to your nose. Oh, we need to put some stuff in your lips. I don't need to do all that. And I'm disappointed because I'm a fan of Meg Ryan. I am a fan. And what she has done to her face is just, it's not good. And she's not going to get any worse. This week, Brian McKnight has been the central theme. I'm noticing every week there'll be one artist. Well, he lost a lawsuit. He's got to give his daughter money because he was spreading these sexual lies about his daughter. Who does that? Well, apparently, Brian McKnight wanted to know his daughter's sexual history, the number of sex partners that she had. What happened to Brian McKnight? I'm a great song. What has happened that we're seeing this unraveling of Brian McKnight? And this is like, stop, enough already, stop. Jamie Foxx. I did not talk about this supposed post. Jamie speaks to the world and let them know, thanks for the prayers. I ain't speak on it because he ain't write it. Now, he's private. His family is private. It could be something to throw people off because a lot of people are praying and they want to know what happened. What is he going through? He's still the same way he was when he entered. I knew he didn't. Once report said he's alert and joking with friends. And I'm thinking, that's not him, no. That's why I went through that whole thing about the whole recovery process. And if they had to go into his head, there's even more of a recovery process. We could just kind of keep him in prayer. One day, I'm sure he'll come forward and he's going to talk about what happened. I hope he does. People can recover from what happened, from that type of brain bleed stroke. People can recover. It takes a little time. You got to see what did it affect. Your vision, your speech, your ability to walk, which side did the paralysis set in. I'm sure one day, but it'll have to be when he's ready. But all of that, he speaks to the world to let everybody know. I'm sure his family is very thankful for the prayers. And keep sending prayers out to Jamie Foxx because he needs it. These are crucial times because once you get out of the hospital, you got to go right to rehab. You've got to rebuild your life. And I'm sure once they're ready to talk, they will. Idris Elba's got a new series coming to Apple TV. It's called Hijack. It's a hijacked plane from London, and Idris is on the plane. It's a 7-part series, and he has to do all the negotiations, all the while not knowing who he can trust. It starts streaming on Apple TV on June 28th. Gwyneth Paltrow. I asked you guys this too. What do you think about kissing and telling? This has been a kiss and tell week. And she talked about former boyfriends, Brad Pitt, who she dated in the 90s, Ben Affleck, who she dated in the 90s. When asked that question, who's better in bed, she said, Brad's a great actor. But she said that Ben Affleck was excellent. Ben's wife, Jennifer Lopez, has a new movie streaming on Netflix on the 12th, The Mother. So she's everywhere making the rounds. And they tried to ask her about it on The View. She just skipped over and talked about he's a great father to their children because they have a blended family, his 3, her 2. She went on and on that he's what a father should be. I think these are all digs at Mark Anthony. He's a great father, what a father should be, understanding. But she also said that if he ever cheated, she'd be out. I think that's what's happened in her previous relationships, Mark Anthony. The baseball player, it's on the tip of my tongue. I hate when this happens to me. You'll tell me. The last boyfriend was the baseball player. He cheated in theory. If you cheat on that woman, I guess she said, I'm too fine for this. She's out. But she praised Ben on being a great father. By the way, in this movie, The Mother, she plays an assassin. And her co-star is Omari Hardwick, who played Ghost. Let's keep on the theme of the cheating people. Kevin Costner. Yellowstone is ending. Season 5 kicks off in November, and that's it. He's going to go off and do his own Western, and there'll be a sequel to Yellowstone with Matthew McConaughey. This week, it was like a puzzle. Why your wife leave you? Why you have problems on Yellowstone? If he indeed got a crew member pregnant, that's a problem. And his wife probably found out and said, I'm out. So it's like the pieces of a puzzle. But Yellowstone is ending season 5 in November. At the movies, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. They're saying it could take about 40 million plus at the box office. Chris Pratt, as well as Zoe Saldana. The movies to look out for in 2 weeks. You got Fast 10. You know that's going to make a bunch of money. And Memorial Day weekend, Little Mermaid with Halle Berry. Halle Bailey. I know I'm not the only one who gets that twisted. That, they say, that movie right there is going to break records. Someone asked me yesterday, they said, you certainly are happy about Nellie and Ashanti. And I am. Guys, I was doing no more Ashanti jokes after interviewing her. I like her. I like her a lot. And she seems to be very happy with Nellie. So Nellie, don't hurt her. But I don't know, I like them as a couple, and she seems like she's very happy, and I just want happiness. You know, she had to go through all that Irv Gotti mess. I'm very happy about Nellie and Ashanti. I talked to Don Lemon today. He's doing well. He can't believe what CNN did to him after 17 years. I said, but Don, when one door opens, over here there's a window that you can leap right through. And it was meant to end. It just wasn't a good fit for him. So I asked him, I said, Don, there's a rumor that you're going to BET for $50 million. And he just busted out laughing. So if you hear this rumor, it's not true. But his story will continue with other things. He's weighing all the options and everything and just assessing his life. But get ready for the return of Don Lemon. I got to shout out Lunel. I got to shout out Mark. I love you guys. I was with them last weekend. They were in my neck of the woods, big comedy show. And we finally can talk about it because Lunel, she is coming to Netflix. Dave Chappelle is directing this comedy special that she is filming in her hometown of Oakland. Get ready for the original bad girl of comedy. We're talking about Lunel as soon as we get the date after they film. If they're getting ready to film it soon, I would say maybe before the first of the year. Maybe around the holidays. Holidays with Lunel. But she's coming to Netflix, everybody. And Dave Chappelle is producing it. And singer Neo. I should have put him in the cheating thing. I'm hosting a show that he's doing next Saturday. Okay, so Neo is seeking the paternity of his 2 youngest children. These are the young children that he had with the mistress while he was still married. Why is he seeking paternity? Because he wants to know that they're his kids. That if he has to go to court to fight for his children and visitations and all of that, he wants to make sure that they're his. Neil was funny because last week he's like, I'm single. He out here making these babies and like, I'm single. You single, baby, but you got a whole bunch of attachments. I really like Neo and I always have a great time when I'm with him. But his personal life is just such a contrast to how he is if you see him up close and personal. Have a great weekend. There is a weekend edition. LaShawna Simon, she puts it all together. But it's the curls and the scoop and the giggles and the explanation. And the theme, I guess, it was either cheating or Brian McKnight. I don't even know who he's turned into. Because it's like, leave a comment. I read them. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. No, we never get in the habit of making fun of a woman getting older. I'm a woman of a certain age getting older. But I ain't gonna be doing a bunch of dumb stuff to mess up the appearance or the look. I think you gotta have people in your life or doctors who care enough to know that they're messing up your faith. But some people will just take your money and leave you looking so unrecognizable. It's embarrassing. It's not cute not knowing, and now we all know. Have a great weekend. King Charles, wait, I'm going to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. I just think about if Diana had lived. She would have made a great queen. The King's coronation, the Kentucky Derby. There's a lot of stuff happening. Have a good one. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture.